going to show you how I made this beautiful vase or candle holder. And the great thing is, it costs anywhere between $5 and $9, depending on if you use Dollar Tree items or items from another store. And I will show you exactly how I did it. So I love this vase or candle holder. It is gorgeous. It's excellent for a formal table setting or a gift for a wedding. It is very, very pretty, very different. It has that 3D effect, and I will show you how I did this. So let's get started. Here are the 3 items that you would need to start your DIY. They are from Dollar Tree. We have the cylinder vase. I think this is the largest one they have. And then we have 2 votives, are new at Dollar Tree. Not sure, but I don't think I've seen them previously. They have this nice square prism. If you can see the cut design in there, they're square prisms. And I love these. My husband loved them too, saying they'd be a great addition to his bar as cocktail glasses. I don't know. I told him we'll see about that. But anyway, you would need 2 of these and 1 of the cylinder vases. And then you will need some gems. Now, I use 2 different sizes, but you can use all one size and they'll look just as gorgeous. This is from Dollar Tree. It's under the Jot brand, and I think this is the only size they have in their gems. They have them in different colors, but you can use any color you like. And I got 1 packet of those. And then I have these. These are recollections. I purchased these from Michael's back in Christmas holidays. I normally get all of my gems and stuff back then because they go on sale during a time frame, 60 and 70% off. Plus you have coupons. So I probably paid no more than $1.25 for these, but I believe their original cost was $3.99 or maybe $4.99, not sure, but you can use your 40% coupon or wait until a seasonal sale and get them even cheaper. So you need a pack of these. Now, another item that is optional if you want your gems to be permanently stay on, I use these glue dots from AC Moore. See, I wrote this down because I forget where I purchased these little items from, but I buy a lot of these and they're permanent glue dots. These are the minis, and I got them for $2, maybe $2 and some change, which with a 40% coupon, I think they were originally $4.99. So altogether, if you want to figure out how much this costs, we would say 3, 4, maybe $6, $7 a vase that looks gorgeous that you can use on a formal setting. I think that's a great bargain. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your votives and your vases and you're going to get rid of the labels on the bottom. And then once we do that, we will come back and I will show you how we put this together. Okay, so we don't need the glass cylinder yet. What we're going to work on are these votives. So, like I said, we're going to take 1 votive first. These prisms are in a diamond shape. They're square, but when you look at them closely, they're like a diamond. I don't know if you can see that. And basically what we're going to do, we're going to put mini glue dots on the top of the diamond, the center of the diamond, and the bottom. And we're going to keep doing that all the way down. You'll understand once I put the glue dots on. So let's get a closer look so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to take our glue dots. Now, like I said before, these are a mini and they're little circles. So I take my little poker here, and each one of these are little bitty circles of glue. I don't know if you can see that. And we're going to take our poker and we're going to poke one off. You see that? Top of the diamond here, you're going to place the first piece of glue. Now, I like to use the poker because it can lay it on there pretty nicely. Sometimes it's not perfect when I lay it on here, but as long as it's on there, See, those are the four corners I was telling you about. The bottom, the two sides, and then the top. And we take another piece. There's our first piece there. And we put it in the center. Right dead center. So there it is there. I want to show you what I'm doing close up because it's gonna go pretty fast. So I just want to give you a clue of what exactly I'm doing here. There's another piece there. Now I know it's hard to see because the glue is clear and the glass is clear. But it's best that it's that way so you can see what you're doing and where the center is. That's the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, the fifth, and the sixth. And each of it is a center going down the center of the diamond here. So you have one diamond, two diamond, and then you have a top of one at the bottom. Now each of these gems, they are adhesive back. And since these are relatively easy to come off, if you pull it off, see that right there? When you pull them off of the roll like that, that's what leaves. So before you put that on the glass, you want to fold that back so you have a nice clean surface when you place it on here. Okay, since I showed you how to place the gems on, place the glue on here to form the diamond, we're going to just go ahead and place the gems. And how I normally do it, I set a pattern of just the small gems first, or every other row, I should say, would be the small gems. And I will place those on the glue dots that I showed you in that pattern. So this is the first row. So that's that. Now this is using the small gems going all the way around, and you can see each one is the top of the diamond, the center, the bottom of the diamond, and it goes all the way around in that pattern. Okay, so now we're going to put the larger gems. Now this is going to go pretty fast. I already showed you exactly how I'll do it. So now I'm just going to put them on here, and then I will show you the first completed glass. So here's the completed glass. As you can see, I used two different sizes. We have 9 rows of the smaller gems and 9 rows of the larger gems. They all are straight. Even as you go across here, you can see how even they are on each row that goes all the way around. They're very, very even. And the reason I want to make sure you do this if you want to create this look, if it's not straight, it won't have that illusion of that 3D effect. It would kind of be distorted. So to get that effect, everything must be very even or close to it. Okay? So this is what it looks like. It's very, very shiny, very brilliant, gorgeous, very reflective. So this is going to be a very, very beautiful DIY. I've already started the rows of 6 of the smaller gems on the second votive. So this won't take very long or be a very long video. But I showed you exactly how to do it. First, you're going to lay your first row of glue, one at the top and the center and the bottom of the diamond. And then you do that all the way around, and then you grab your gems and you just place them on here, each one as straight as possible. And I work with the first row first. Now, if you're going to use all of the gems the same size, then you don't have to do that. But since I'm using 2 different sizes, I did every other row as a smaller gems. And I completed that first. Now I will go back and put the glue 4 pieces to form a row in this space here for the larger gems. So you can watch me do that for a little bit. I'm not going to do the whole thing on camera because it would take forever on this video. But I will going to speed this up and you can watch me do this votive. So there we are. So now we have the second one done, and here it is. We have two. So let me show you why it has to be so even. Okay, so we're going to take our first votive, we're going to turn it upside down like so. And we're going to take the second one and turn it just to show you what I'm going for. Now this is what it looks like when it's nice and even. You see that? All the rows go straight up with any distortion. Let me take the camera off so you can see it closely. How it lines up beautifully and evenly. This is the reason why I stress so that everything has to be as straight as possible. Okay, so we're going to put these on the vase, and then we will move on to the next step. Okay, we are going to start putting this together. You want to make sure that your cylinder vase is nice and clean and dry. You're going to take the first votive here and you're going to apply E6000 glue. Now the reason I'm using E6000 glue because it won't dry on you too quickly. You can use the hot glue, but it dries very quickly, and once it dries it sticks and then you can't move it. So I suggest using the E6000 glue. You can get it at Dollar Tree for $1. This came from Michael's. I have several the Dollar Tree size, but this was already open, so I used this. And you're going to apply about a nickel size dollop. So something like that size. And you're going to place it inside your glass vase. Now you shouldn't have too much of a problem of setting this in here. Even it's not much room inside the vase between the votive and the glass, because the gems also take up space on the outside of the votive. So it shouldn't be too bad to try to center this in here. This is the reason why I like using the E6000 glue, because it doesn't dry that quickly and you can manipulate the movement on your candle holder votive. And you're going to put that aside once that is done. And then you're going to take the second votive and do another nickel size dollop there. Now here's where it gets tricky. Remember how I lined it up before? That's what you're going to try to do. So you're going to try to line the gems up with the votive inside the vase. Okay, now I done brought the camera close so you can see what I'm doing. So you want to make sure that the votive on the bottom gems matches the votive, the gems on the top, the votive inside the vase. And you want to get it as even and straight as possible, because that is what's going to give us that look. And if you have to turn the vase around to make sure that it's centered, then do so. And then as I'm turning it, I'm making sure all sides are even. But I also make sure I'm not shifting it too much, that the gems are not lined up. So just take your time. You have some time with the E6000 glue to do this. I think that is about as good as it's going to get. So now we just let that sit and dry, and then we can move on to the next step. We're at the last phase, and we'll be concentrating on these rows of gems that go around the vase itself, and they starts right above the votive here, and that gives you that floating effect. We have about 5 patterns of gems to cover this circumference of the vase. The first pattern is a set of 4, and these are the large gems, and you need 3 sets of these. The next pattern is a set of 12 of the small gems. You will need 3 sets of those. The next set is a set of 7 of the large gems. You will need 3 of those. And then the next set is a set of 10 of the small gems. You will need 6 of those. And lastly is a set of 5 of the large gems. You need 3 of those. So let's get started making this pattern, and then we'll be done. We're going to start. So I'm going to show you how I started off, and then I'm going to put it on fast forward, and we're just going to go for it because it's going to go pretty fast. But I want to show you what I'm doing. There are 18 rows of gems on the votive. So we're going to match those 18 rows with the rows we'll be creating on the vase. We're going to start with the 4 large gems, and right here on the votives you see there are 4 large gems there. So that's where we're going to start. Now the gems are connected together, so we don't need to cut them or anything like that. That's why it's going to go pretty fast. Remember those little tabs there that sticks out when you pull or cut from the row? Make sure you fold that back so they won't stick out on your glass. You want a nice clean look. And what you're going to do, let's see, can I show you this closely? You're going to take the 4 rows and you're going to make it straight as possible. Now there's a space between the top of the votive and the first gem on the 4 rows on the votive. You're going to take your 4 rows and you're going to place it right on top, but give it some space. Make it the same space that's in between the gems on the votive. And you want it as straight as possible. And you're going to lay it on the glass vase, just like that. There we are. So here are the 4 rows on the votives, and it goes straight up, and there are the 4 rows of the large gems on the vase. So that's how it starts. The next rows are the 6 small gems, but you're going to take the gems of 12 and you're going to pull that off. Now they should come off as 1. So they came off of 3. So I am going to take this 3 gems here, the small gems, and line them up with the small gems on the votive. So we're going to start again. Since those gems starts at the top of the votive right there, we're going to place this right above it so it looks kind of even here. And we're going to lay it down. So let me place the rest of them, and then you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so since I cut the gems wrong, because they were pieces of previous packages, what's supposed to happen, the gem's supposed to come in long strips as you take them from the package, but I cut them wrong. So make sure you cut the gems correctly when you prepare your rows. So, but this is how it's supposed to look if it was in the 1 row strip of gems. And I made sure that it was even to the smaller gems on the votive, and it goes all the way up until a row of 12. See that? Okay, so then we'll start. I'm going to do the first set, and then we're going to I'm going to forward on fast, and we're going to go for it. But I just want you to see what I'm doing with the first set. Now you see how I pull this off? It comes off in 1 row. That's because I cut it correctly. All right, so we're back at the 4 large rows here, and we're going to take the row of 7 of the large ones, and we're going to place it right where that space is. That's where you're going to place this row, the first gem. But you want to make sure it's the same even space that it has on the votive. Okay. So we're going to place that straight up, as straight as we can. Now, if it's not straight, you can always pull it off. That's one thing about this. This is easy to come off, and you can straighten it up. And there we are. That's the first row. Now you can see there's the 4 rows, and then there is the 7 rows of the large gem that goes straight up. Okay, so now we have 2 more to this set. Hopefully I cut this one correctly. Nope, I didn't. So we're going to have to piece it together. So this is the small gems with a set of 10. On the small gems, since that stops at the tip, at the rim of the votive, we're going to start this at the rim. Make sure the spacing is correct. Okay, so here we are. And there we are. So we have 1 more of rows here, and then that will be finished with the first set. And we're going to place it right above the 4 large gems, right where that space is at. We're going to make sure this space is even between the gem on the votive and the gem that we're placing on the vase. And we're going to lay that straight. So that's what it looks like for our first set of 5. So now I'm going to put the camera on fast forward, and we're going to finish this up. And then you can get a look at the completed project. Well, here it is, my friends, all done. I am sorry that this video was so long, but I could not cut any corners so you guys can understand what I'm doing. And you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed this DIY and find that the instructions was easy to follow, but not too confusing. If you have any questions, please contact me. I would be glad to help you out. So that's it, my friends. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to visit my other social media platforms for ideas and tips to decorate, organize, or better your home living. Until the next time, my friends, smooches!